What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Polkadot today. This one comes to us at the request of Kieran Carter. We're talking about this one for you. Looking at this here, very strong move up, man. Very, very strong. Nice readings on your RSI. Volume is dying off, which is the least encouraging aspect of this move. It doesn't look as bad on the Binance chart, but volume is still dying off, though your average volume is building, isn't it? That's why I like having the histogram. Sometimes it tells you a different story. Like, yes, your peaks are dying off, but you're overall getting more volume, technically. Anyways, anywho, you do seem to be in this range of just lower highs and lower lows. Maybe you are forming another lower high right now. Looking at this high from this range, maybe to this low, you're at about the 382, and you're really close to an area. I mean, just optically or like visually, it would make sense to kind of turn around from here. From this relative top here to this bottom, not really a casual area to turn around, but if you do find resistance at the 0.5, you see significant moves. That would at least take you to your 236, which would be at like 430. Maybe you do that. Maybe you go up a little bit, up to like $5.30, so then have a drop that's about $1 before proceeding to go higher. I do think it goes higher. Looks like a strong bounce on the weekly. I doubt you go lower than this low. I doubt you do. If in fact you do form a lower high here, which I think you will, you probably form a higher low or a double bottom. You know, maybe it's there, maybe it's here, wherever, but ultimately higher. I do think you're going higher. Let's see. What are we doing here? Top to bottom, all-time high to cycle lows, potentially cycle lows. It would make sense on a weekly RSI basis. You have this bullish divergence forming. You're seeing readings that you haven't seen technically, like, since the bull market, right? You actually haven't been this. Okay, I guess you have been a little higher. Well, you're getting up there. You're getting up there. We'll just see. You know, let's see how far this thing continues to grow. But ultimately, with this kind of look, I would expect, if you do get your higher low, that you would inevitably see prices come up to here, if not more likely even actually up to this 382 at around $10. It's also a previous area where you found support here on this bottom right there. A little bit of resistance on a closing basis. The 618-69 area isn't, the 618 itself isn't really anywhere that's significant on the price level, but the 69, which a lot of cryptos love to, they love to just go right past their 618 and find resistance at the 69. That does seem like a more appropriate support and resistance previous area. So ultimately, $23 is likely within this cycle. Can it go higher? Can it see new all-time highs? I wonder what's DOT doing. I just want to see real quick what this thing's doing too. All right, DOT at a $6.6 billion market cap. I wonder, man. I just wonder. Hold on. Max logarithmic. That's what the price looks like. Max logarithmic. Anyways, okay, that's not too bad. Anyways, if you're at 6.6 billion right now, if you were to do a 10x, that'd put you at 66 billion from the current price. A 10x would take you to your all-time highs. So that'd be a $60 billion market cap. If you were to see a minimum of the 1272, that'd put you above $100 billion. I think DOT is capable of seeing that. I think it is capable of seeing that. I'm just skeptical. I'm very skeptical if by the end of this cycle you'll see a price that's above the previous all-time high. Let's see how it interacts with the 618 ultimately. But before that, you need to have a positive reaction with your 382 and your 236 area. Really, what I'd like to see is you don't get held down by your 236. You get above it. If you get held down by it, it's no big deal. It's okay. It's normal to find a little bit of resistance there and then eventually break up above it. But what I would like to see would be break above it, find support on it, and then continue to build from there. That's just what I'd like to see. So this $6.80 area is going to be somewhat significant. You know, you can even see it in the price scale itself. You've got closing support down here, a little bit of closing resistance here, resistance back here. It is somewhat a significant level on the price itself, beyond just the fibs. RSI looks strong, coming from a bullish divergence bottom. If we take this low to this high here, come on now. You tipped, bro. You literally tipped your 1272. That's beautiful. And your 3886, like, okay, this is nice. I actually really like this a lot. As long as you can get above this 618 here at about $5.36, I'd be very encouraged to the upside that you'd see a top from bottom. You'd see an extension somewhere around $10 to maybe even $13 fairly soon. Fairly soon, which would, let's see, on this grand overall fib, I know I have a lot of fibs pulled up, guys. It might look like nonsense to you, but trust me, I can make sense out of it a little bit. Yeah, man, that would look good. That would look good. Yeah, you might see that. I think, you're sitting at about $5.12 right now. You could see prices all the way up at around, what is that, $20 by the end of this year. If not, maybe around $10, something like that. That's a pretty big range, I know, but somewhere around there. I do think you're going to break out of this kind of lower high, lower low formation. Maybe you go up a little higher first, have a lower high, and then come down, form a higher low, and then you continue to go up. Have somewhat of a normal retracement back to your, like if you were to go like right there, maybe go to your 618, 69 area, something like that. Previous area of support, find support on it again and bounce up, something like that could happen. But all in all, let's see, looking at the daily, very, very bullish RSI, very, very bullish RSI. You're just marching your way up. The 4 hour, so bullish, man. So very bullish, yeah. I don't know. I would expect that if this move were to end, if you were to see a more significant correction to the downside, which I don't think it'd be too significant, right? You're sitting at $5.11. If you were to turn around now, the most that you'd go down would probably be around 450. I mean, maybe go down again around to like 410, but I would think 410 to 450. So like within $1 price range. So that'd be like a 25% drop or something like that, right? A little less than a 25% drop. But overall, besides that possibility, which it could happen now, though I don't think it will, but if worst case scenario that does happen, it'd be 25% or less of a drop. Overall, I think you're going to continue moving higher, and you won't see the end of this move, something that's like a 25% drop or more or less or whatever, like a more significant drop. You won't see that until you get some kind of like bullish pop at the end of it, right? You're crawling, you're like marching your way up right now. Maybe you'll get like a fake out, a quick little pop, and then you like pump and dump. Maybe it's a lot more dramatic, like it's a lot more magnificent. I don't know. Looking at, again, the overall fib on the weekly here, looking at this top to bottom, maybe this isn't the one to look at. Because with this look, I would assume you're making your way ultimately up to about $7, just below $7. And I think this is a good look at the long term, but looking at this more immediate term stuff, maybe this one is the one to look at. Which, your immediate area of resistance would be $5.27. If you can break above that, or at least not be held down by that for too long, you negate the need to turn around to find support at lower areas and do something like that. If you can have a positive reaction with it now, you'll likely go up to the 618, 69 area, somewhere around 665 and $7.13, and then we can talk about maybe a more significant correction down, an overall higher low. One way or another, worst case scenario, I would expect that if you were to turn around from here, higher low is inevitable, and then ultimately I think you're on your way up. The daily and the 4 hour, the RSI, the way the price looks, everything about it, to me would lead me to believe that you go higher immediately, rather immediately. But that doesn't mean that it has to be a 20% day, right? Maybe it continues to crawl as it's done really since it like started to back in October. So like maybe it just keeps crawling. But with stuff like this, when you see it like getting close to its end, it's gonna like slowly crawl its way up and then break, and then maybe it goes up this high, maybe it only goes up like this high, but it'll have a more significant move beyond what we've seen here, right? It'll be a bigger candle than any of these to the upside, and that will likely mark the topping area. We'd probably do something like break up, consolidate, and then move down, something like that, and then higher low, and then up to new highs. But I hope that made sense. I hope I'm not too crazy. I think it looks good, man. I really, really like this bottom of the top. Tip the 1272. Getting above this 618 here at about $5. And wouldn't you know it, man, from top to bottom here, oh, maybe that's not the one I was thinking of. Maybe it's this top, actually. Yeah, your 382 is right around this 618. So just get above that 382, get above the 618. Really, I think getting above this $5.36 area would be a lot more significant for immediate like continuation. You know, if you saw something like that, if you can break above that, you might be looking at putting in a higher high right now, like a higher high than this high right here. If you can get above $5.36, something like that. And I think you're on your way there now, but we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. 4 hour in the daily looked right. And I don't think I'm going to say any more than that. I think that's all I got to say. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.